Hi and welcome. I'm Chris Dudley with Auction Adventures from Dudley Auctions, and I'm here with Bob Britton from Dudley's Auctions as well, and we're here to talk about a special sale that's coming up. Here at Auction Adventures, you just never know what we're going to come into because the phone rings and things change, and the auction business is such a great variety. It always gives us different things to explore and do. I know that we were just talking on the way over about an antique shop in Clearwater you've got coming up.
Yeah, we'll be selling some stuff out of there, if not just about everything. But what we're here for today is Saturday.
Oh yeah, this show today is all about the Mr. Wilcoxon and his manufacturing company. He had a boat manufacturing company here in Citrus County, and he created these amazing boats. And I know he shipped them all over the world.
Right, he's a retired engineer that in his retirement decided to go into the boat building business. So he took a form that was originally designed to be a wood boat, and he said this boat would be a lot nicer if it was fiberglass, okay, and better quality. So he actually built out the boats, created a mold, and started building these in sailboats and electric boats.
And then they're a nice little size. I know, here we go. We'll look at this building. This is a little clip of his property. This is where we're going to be Saturday morning, previously 8, and the auction starts at 9.
9 o'clock.
And there are a couple of different buildings. I know, and there's a mix here of not just the boats that are inside the building, which I will tell you when you're wandering through, you're going, excuse me, because it is so jam-packed full of everything.
Jam-packed.
There are other things outside as well. Like, what are we looking at right here?
Well, this is, there's a fiberglass hull that's yet to be finished. There's Mr. Wilcoxon there. And then under that tarp is another one. And those are on special boat building dollies also that'll hold the boat, and it'll turn it sideways, upside down, so you can work on it that way. But those are the initial shells. And we're selling those as well, those dollies? We're going to sell those. We're going to sell the dollies and the shells themselves. Aside from the 4 or 5 that are completed boats, there's 3 or 4 that are in various stages of completion that we're going to sell incomplete and let somebody else finish them, whoever feels handy.
Now we're going inside. Now let me tell you real quick that this is actually on the website, dudleysauctions.com. You can actually watch it. It's a YouTube video that you can listen to Mr. Wilcoxon as he explains each and every piece of this of what's going on. That's the electric boat.
Right. That boat we're looking at there is an electric boat. It's all ready to go. It has an awning, round bilge. It's a 36 volt. It operates on a little trolling motor, and it's a very cool little canal boat or a little lake boat, and it's just for cruising around on a Sunday afternoon. It's a really neat little thing.
Now, what we're looking at now is the size of the building. It's like 60 by 100. It's huge. There's a lot of stuff. There's another one that's where the
partially built boat he's taken with him to Australia. That's why we're doing this, as he's retired and he's going to Australia. So that one right there that he's pointing at, that's his pride and joy. But one good thing is it kind of shows you the quality of the boats that he makes. This is the ribbing for a larger boat that he's putting together with an inboard. Let's see, that should be a bandsaw right there. There's a lot of woodworking and metalworking equipment. Ingersoll Rand air compressors, another little bandsaw over there. Wood cutting and metal cutting bandsaw. There's, believe it or not, under that pile there is a wood planer.
I know. Just wandering through this whole place. I mean, there's several buildings that are like this that we're just going to be pulling all the things out.
That red and white one right there is a reef cat. That's a sailboat that's ready to go. And these all have mahogany trims, mahogany mast. All
the bronze fixtures?
The bronze fixtures. All the fixtures are bronze. There's nothing cheap in this.
He custom built every one of these. I mean, you could tell when you walk around and you listen to him, he loved every piece that he's put together.
And he's a retired civil engineer, and so those guys are all a little meticulous anyways. But you see all the trim. It's absolutely beautiful. It's all mahogany. The mahogany rudders, they just did a great job. There's also oar slots in here, so you could use oars on them if God decided not to blow the wind. So, but the majority, I think there's 1 or 2 that are 11 foot, but the majority of them are 13.6 or 14-foot boats.
Now that one that's hanging from there, that's actually the top that sets on top of one that's partial.
That would set on top of one of the molds, one of the hulls that are outside, that were on those trailers outside that we noticed.
Yeah, see, then you've got the mast,
it's all wrapped up. There's that one looks like it might have a set of oars in it. See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really cool when you go over there and you start talking to him, and you can tell that he's really put a lot of effort and
Right.
energy in there.
Right.
Now this building, I mean, you know, the property itself is for sale. It is
Yes, it
listed.
is.
And this building, he had specially custom made to carry it, and it has, what is that? Is that a winch thing?
It is, yeah. He built a bridge crane inside to be able to pull things up, drop motors down, that kind of thing. And actually, that's staying with the building. We're not selling the bridge
Right,
crane.
we're not selling much, but still, I mean, if somebody's interested in the real estate, and you do something
Absolutely.
where you need to have, again, more of the equipment you can see back in here. When I was doing this video, it was really tough to do because you had to climb over things. And all the way on the far right, look at those vintage outboards.
Right, but you passed a great piece of machinery.
Oh,
That's a
that's-
Bridgeport mill, a combination mill lathe. It's a little metalworking piece. In the corner, there is some mahogany and some fiberglass and some boat building materials there that we'll be selling. But also to the left, there you go. There's roughly 15 vintage Mercury outboard motors that we'll be selling, and they'll be going from. I'm talking complete ones, okay? Those are pretty much parts, okay? But we do have them complete. And those are extras, not counted. But there we go. And so they range basically from 1930, the gold crown ones are the rare ones, range from 1930 to 1960, between 30 and 50 horsepower. But there's a couple of pretty rare ones in there, and, so, and all of those there with the cowls on them, the outside wrappings, the cowls, are all in running condition.
There's some just really neat things. Now the preview starts at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock
We'll
will be
start
there.
selling at 9. We're going to be pulling the items out of the barn. Isn't that how we've got it set up?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the larger machinery will stay in. All the bolts will be out and lined up outside, and then the machinery and equipment, unless it's a smaller item, we'll bring out. But for the most part, it will be lined up around the outside of the building.
Now this is just one of the many auctions we've got going on all the time,
Yes.
and we're going to talk a little bit more about it because we've got more footage that we can show you. Again, you go to dudleysauctions.com.
Yes.
You can watch the whole video. It's a YouTube video. It has a direct link right onto it. You go right to it, and then you can follow it through. And then it's really easy to register. Just come on down to the sale.
Just bring a driver's license and a checkbook or a wad of cash.
Okay, September 28th, 2013. It is at 122 North Cedar View Terrace in Inverness, right off of Highway 41. We'll give you more information when we come back. For right now, we'll just take a little bit of a break. We'll see you soon. Chris Dudley here at Auction Adventures. We'll be right back with more fun stuff. Hi, and welcome back. I'm Chris Dudley with Dudley's Auctions, and we're here with Bob Britton, and we're talking about the auction that we're going to be having this Saturday, which is September 28th at 122 North Cedar View, and our addresses will pop up, and then it's a wonderful boat manufacturing company that we're liquidating, and we've got some really cool things to talk about. I know in the last segment we talked about the newer boats, but now we're going to talk a little bit about the antique boats, right?
Yes, ma'am. There's two older, antique boats in various states, if you will. One of them is a 65 Chris Craft Super Sport that Mr. Wilcoxon has taken and completely torn apart and refinished the hull. The hull's done. The hull looks great. All the chrome has been re-chromed.
Oh, my.
And is all ready for to be reapplied to the hull. There's a brand new 350 V8 engine with the transmission, marine all ready to go, Chris Craft motor. That's all ready to be dropped in. All the parts and everything is there for it, and it's all together. And for somebody that it's almost done. The money's been spent.
Right.
Okay?
It's just the puzzle now we need to put together.
Yep,
you know?
and it's really and everything's there. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not a difficult thing to do. The only thing I believe that boat is missing at this point that a new owner will need to acquire is a windshield, which is fairly easy to get.
Right.
He got one in and it got cracked. But that boat will be selling
And it's like everything else he has. It's meticulously cared for. The best was used to put it back together.
And the work on them is it's just beautiful. The work on them. There's also there ready for rehabbing is a 56 Holiday. It's an 18-footer with a KLC 6-cylinder. That's a straight line 6 inboard. That does need restoration. That's basically in pieces. We used to call it a basket case. Okay?
Yeah, because you throw everything in the basket, away it goes.
But it's a rare boat, and it's one that's definitely worth the time and for somebody's love and attention.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just a neat boat. Earlier, we spoke about the new sailboats that we'll be offering. I believe there's 4 of them that are complete, ready to go.
And you can see pictures of them if you go on the video, either on the website for the video, or if you go watch them. Like here it is, right here. That's one of them.
That's one of them there. That's a 14-foot beach cat. It's called, and it's got a 53-inch beam. All right, there you see the sail is up and the rudders is on and ready to go. And that boat will also be sold with the trailer.
So it's just
that's complete, ready to go. Those boats he retailed out at $18,000. Okay.
Now he has little brass tags that he puts on them that talks they're numbered and they're all registered.
They're all registered. Hull numbers are on them. We're gonna you'll get the title work with each boat.
There's some more of that bronze. Everything is bronze.
Yes, it is. It's all bronze hardware, pulleys, everything. There's even the hull number is bronze on it. Okay, so yeah.
Real nice boats. I mean, the man really did a great job. He's just ready to move on to the next chapter of his life.
Yeah, I don't know Australia, but I guess that's where he's going. That's where he's going.
It's supposed to be beautiful there. You know, if you're a sailor, a sailor, that's what they love, the water, and that's some of the best water they have.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's lots of things that we're going to have besides that sailboat. When you look at that, all the tools he used, all the equipment, there's supplies there, the manufacturing pieces and parts. I mean, there'll be something for everybody. It's not just about coming there and buying boats.
Right.
I mean, it's mostly rotates around that, but the equipment that's there, and you started telling me about that other big piece that I missed earlier. That
the bridge.
Lathe?
Right. It's almost for high production, but it's not really. It's more of a 1 or 2 man operation machine. But it is a Bridgeport. It's a quality mill with a 36-inch lathe, and it's all one unit. And it's like brand new. I mean, the equipment that he used along with the boats themselves are meticulous, and they're all kept in great shape, and it was quality stuff when he purchased it.
Now this is just one of the 2 auctions we're having this week on Thursday night. We do every Thursday night is general estate merchandise. This Thursday is a little bit different because we have lots of estate vehicles. We have 7, 8, or 9 of them, I think. I know that one of them is a Jeep Grand Cherokee that only has 1,100 miles.
Right, there's a 2012 Grand Cherokee that's out of an estate, and it's the Outback edition. That's just absolutely beautiful, leather loaded,
fully loaded,
and that will be going up Thursday night. There's also a 2013 Ford Fusion Hybrid.
Yeah, that's a nice car. It's red.
That's out of it's red, and and that only has 3,800 miles. I believe.
And then that's 3,800, not 38,000.
Right,
like
3,800.
1,100, not 11,000.
That's correct.
They were brand new.
They're brand new.
And it's just in a state situation, and they need to find new homes. And then we have a couple pickup trucks. I know we've got an Impala and some other vehicles. The mileage are more in tune with the age.
Right. Some of them are more used.
Yeah. But we have a lot of those and then some appliances. So this Thursday at the auction hall, which is at 4000 South Florida Avenue, right there in Inverness, between half a mile south of the fairgrounds. And then on Saturday, the on-site auction, where we're going to be doing this auction for all the boat manufacturing equipment, is at 122 North Cedarview Terrace in Inverness. It's just down 41 North, just right there by where the bowling alley is. So we'll have signs out so you can find it, and then go right to the website and take a look
41 North
at it.
off Sportsman, and then you kind of jog around, but we'll have auction signs up, and like I said, there's directions on the internet.
And go to the website, I mean, because you get lots of information in there. There'll be more actual typed out written information about the different pieces of equipment, about the boats and that sort of thing, and how to get there. And you can watch the YouTube video. There's all kinds of stuff going on, and then more things coming up all the time. And then we'll be back and talk about some of the other things that Mr. Wilcox.
Don't forget, we've been selling a lot of real estate lately too. Okay, so just to give you an example, just recently we sold a nice little home in Crystal River, and that we just did last weekend. And we also sold a mobile home over in Walden Woods in Homosassa.
Yeah, the first one was in Connell Heights. That went really, really well. The estate was very happy with that.
Yeah. So we've been doing real well with the real estate and different items that we have. So think of us there too.
Yeah, we've got lots of stuff happening all the time. The next auction that we're going to be talking about, it will be the antique auction, which is October 6th. I know that we've got lots of fun stuff, a lot of estate jewelry for that sale.
Yes, a lot of estate jewelry.
A lot of estate jewelry and some art, and there's some wonderful furniture. I've got some great furniture coming in. We're going to pack out some things this evening, as a matter of fact. Just trying to always got some new things. So anyway, keep up with us, see what's going on. Dudley'sAuctions.com. You're on Auction Adventures. My name is Chris Dudley. I'm here with Bob Britton. We'll be right back. We'll talk a little bit more about the boat manufacturer coming in, Mr. Will Coxon's new adventure as he turns the page into the next chapter of his life. We'll see you in just a few minutes. Chris Dudley, see ya. Hi, welcome back. Chris Dudley here with Dudley's Adventures. Actually, Auction Adventures with Dudley's Adventures. That's what we call it. We call it Dudley Adventures because you just never know from one day to the next what's going to happen in our world. It's constantly changing. The phone rings, and then off we go. You know, we were talking about the different auctions coming up. We've got several that are targeted auctions that are specifically for somebody's collection. You know, just like Mr. Will Coxon called us up and says, okay, I have a situation. I have got all of this, and how am I going to liquidate it? He couldn't do it himself personally, one piece at a time. He couldn't have a yard sale. So he calls us up, and what we do is we look at the problem, look at the situation, then create a marketing plan that will fit his needs. And that's what we did with Mr. Will Coxon. So let's talk about a little bit what we did for him.
Yes, actually, he called us in, I believe, back in June. Okay, and it just took a while to put all this together in his mind that this is exactly the way he, what he wanted to do, because he is locating to the other side of the world, and had a problem. Here's this problem: I have all this. I want out of the boat business. I'm moving to the other side of the world. Now, what do I do with everything? And so the ideal solution is to be able to set a date and time, and sell, market everything that he has, and offer it to the general public all on the same day. And what turns out happening is, sure, people get deals, okay, but it also solves a problem, and we get a fair price. And are people going to get deals on sailboats? Well, yeah, okay, that's why they come to auctions. But is the client going to be happy at the end? I sure hope so, because we've done we've
got marketing all over. I mean, and what will happen is that you'll have people that will be traveling in from out of the area.
Yeah, we've a lot of calls.
A lot of calls, and they'll come in and they'll be there, but they may be there only for one or two pieces. So I don't want anybody to be scared to not come and say, "Oh my gosh, she overmarketed it." That way, there's going to be there will be deals for everyone. There'll be lots of things available because some people will come strictly for the vintage outboard motors. You know, because that's what we do. We find the vintage outboard boater collector clubs, we send them the information, we let them know that it's available, and then they in turn share that information. And like, we've gotten calls from people from down south that his buddies saw it and then they called it, and that's how we do it when we market things for an auction adventure.
I received an email yesterday from a lady in Massachusetts that's a school teacher, and she said, geez, one of those little sailboats looks like it's just me, and it's just for me, and how do I go about doing this thing? So we're going to possibly have a bidder online.
Right,
okay,
so we'll do some of that as well.
Yes.
Now, speaking of online, we do have several sales coming up that's going to be down the future. We have a Native American jewelry auction, again, a young lady. She has a collection over 1,000 pieces of signed Native American jewelry that's sterling and turquoise and a lot of designer pieces. And so, you know, for us to be able to market only to Citrus County would be difficult to find homes for all of those things. So that particular sale we'll do live and online. We'll photograph, identify, put it up there. So even if you're here in Citrus County, you can get online and you can bid online. So you don't have to be there at the sale, or you can come to the sale and you could do that. We're doing that for the Native American. We also have a collection of Christmas ornaments. And then people go, Christmas ornaments? But these are Steuben, Lalique, Waterford, sterling pieces, you know, just the wonderful sterling ornament, sterling individual Christmas ornaments that you would normally go buy at Dillard's or, you know, that sort of stuff. And she has a collection of 400 pieces.
Wow.
So we'll be doing that sale coming up. That I think is in November.
Well, it's best to do it before
October,
Christmas.
November, right before Christmas, yeah. And then a yard row auction. We've got another collection. Somebody has a large collection. How are they going to sell them? You know, and it's difficult when you have spent an entire lifetime collecting, and then you go to sell them all at the same time.
Right.
To find someone that can handle that kind of thing. And that's what we do. We specialize in designing marketing plans for each individual situation and their problem.
That's
or
correct.
their what they need to do.
Right. So, just a couple of the other types of auctions that we do as far as targeting is we do a firearms auction.
Oh, that's coming up, I think, in
I think
November,
we're
December.
trying to put one together for this fall, and firearms auction, and those are always fun and interesting. Well, sporting goods auction. Didn't we just had one Saturday?
Oh, Saturday we had, yeah, it was all signs and memorabilia. That came from a gentleman in the Villages, and he had hundreds of pieces, you know, 100 baseballs that were all individually
Right.
signed. He had bats, had footballs, had all sorts of
Right,
things.
and we
so-
really get some great things because there was a set of cards that we stopped in after we sold real estate and to see how the auction was going, and just as I popped in there, they were selling a box of 1956 Topps playing cards, I believe, and I think the bid was over $2,500.
Yeah, I think it ended up going for $3,200.
$3,200.
Yeah, it was good.
So my point in saying that is we're not your answer just for a $10 baseball card. Okay, we can we can do large ones too and still get fair numbers. For
And
things.
that's one of the reasons we're working so hard today to tell you all about the auction that we're having on this Saturday. That's Saturday, the 28th. That's Mr. Wilcoxon's Wilcoxon Boat Manufacturing Company. It's the address is at 122 North Cedarview Terrace. We're going to be there right on site, and we're going to be selling all of his boats, all of his equipment, all of his manufacturing pieces and
Yes.
parts. I mean, there is upward motors, just in case you've just joined us late. That's what we've been talking about on this particular one, is we're talking about Mr. Wilcoxon's entire collection, workshop, everything. We're going to
Right.
sell it all. It's the large 60 by 100 building, plus there's another garage that was just chock
Yes.
full. So there'll be a great variety of things for sale. Previews at 8, auctions at 9. It's going to be a good time. You need to be there.
Right, there really is something for everybody, whether you're a collector or you just want to own your first sailboat, or if you want to go into boat building business or already are in the boat building business and want to add an extra line.
Just so much is going to be there. I mean, you just really need to take the time to come. And if not, just to see it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a blast at these things. I mean,
Right.
we just need to come, enjoy, watch, see how it happens. It gives you a really good idea if it's something that you want to do down the road, or if you want to grab your boy or your girl or anybody and come on down and just enjoy a day at the auction.
Yeah.
That's really a good thing. And then again, every Thursday night we're there at the auction hall. The first Sunday of every month is our antique and collectible auction. Stuff happening all the time. Go to the website, dudleysauctions.com. Upper left-hand corner of the bar, it says drop down for upcoming auctions, and right from there you can see the calendar all the way through the rest of the year. But just keep checking back because we do add things.
One quick question that people ask us about: do you go in other parts of the state? And yes, we do.
We have one in
I know
DeLand.
time is running short here, but we do have a great sale coming up on October 12th across the state over in DeLand, Florida.
Which has a lot of it's a historic house, a lot of historic adventures, and a lot of stuff. So go to the website because we're going to have all that up on the website. I'm Chris Dudley here with Bob Britton. We had a wonderful show. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday and lots of other times over at Dudley's Auctions. Remember, life is just one more step in another adventure. We'll see you next time, Dudley Adventures. Have a really great day. Bye, guys.